Never want to go to a gas station again? Well, me neither. Let me break down your options to make an EV fit your lifestyle. You got to rethink your whole idea of how you get power to your vehicle. And it's not through the gas stations. I'm driving one right now, and I never thought I would ever drive an EV. And my experience has been great. I don't drive a lot at all, so I only really need to charge once a week. But I never have to worry about it. It's always charged plenty enough for my driving habits. You never have to go to a gas station again. The number one thing you gotta figure out is how many miles are you likely to drive in one day? If once a week you drive a larger amount of miles than you do the rest of the week, you still need to base it off of the longer mileage day so that you make sure you get the right EV, or even if EVs are right for you. But if they are, it's very convenient. If you really, really do not drive that much, like very little, you may be able to get away with a Trickle Charger, which is just a standard plug in the wall charger with no install. Now, it is slow. It does take a long time to charge it. That is going to be 5 to maybe 10 miles an hour of charge. You could use that, and then if you're going on a longer trip, then go swing by a grocery store or mall or something like that and do a supercharger. So you really got to be somebody that only puts 20 miles a day on a car to want to use that option. So I drive my kids to school and then to the dealership, so I probably put 10 miles a day on a car, maybe 20. Let's use 20. So if I use 20 miles a day, I could get away with using a Trickle Charger 99% of the time. I could get home, plug it into the wall. I could probably overcharge it on a daily basis. All right, so if you drive a lot, and by that I mean have a long commute every day, maybe a 50 to 100 mile commute every single day, you're likely going to need at least a level 2 charger at your house. A level 2 charger would cause you to have to buy the charger and have an electrician install it. So there's a little bit of entry level expense, but it should be able to recoup all the miles you use every single day while you're sleeping. So you wake up, you hop in the car, you drive to work, you drive back, you plug it in. By the next morning, the car is fully charged up to 80%, which is what is recommended. I'm driving a CR-V, which has a really, really long range. The one I drive is an extended range GMC CR-V, which has 390 miles, but you can actually get one that's over 400 miles range, which is more than enough for me. I could get all the way to my favorite place, Pullman, Washington, with miles to spare, in fact. The last type of charger is a supercharger. That is for recommended use is on long trips. That's the ones you see at malls or grocery stores or things like that. They are called DC fast chargers, and they will do a substantial amount of miles. The one I'm plugged into right now is doing about 100 miles an hour. They go even faster than that. Like 150 miles of charge in an hour. So on a daily basis, you're not going to be using a supercharger. In fact, the only time you'll use a supercharger is when you're on a road trip, a long distance road trip. And right now, you would normally stop for about 30 minutes. It's probably going to be an hour. If you're trying to go cross country, yes, it will add a lot of time to your trip. But if you're trying to go like this truck here, which has a 390 mile range, pretty much anywhere in Washington, you want to charge enough to get to your location and then charge once you're there. With one of these, you're going to get to your destination, and while you're on your trip, so while you're sleeping, while you're out to dinner, that's when you're charging your car on a long drive. You're not thinking of it like, oh, I got to stop halfway to my destination and sit there for 2 hours.
Still have questions? Our certified EV Genius staff at Valley GMC in Auburn, Washington can guide you through everything, charging, range, and even finding a contractor to install your home charger. See you in the Valley.